Hello YouTube, back once again with the iZombie reviews, and here we are with Season 2, Episode 13, The Whopper, and, gotta say, another great episode of iZombie. In this episode, well, first it starts off funny how they get the victim in this one, which, it starts off with, Ravi and Major still digging for the trying to find the corpse with the tainted utopium in it, and they're just being a really fun. And then them just finding a body. Then when Clive gets to the crime scene, asks, "Why were you guys digging here?" And they're like, "Oh, there's this thing for children which you can ask for GPS coordinate and scavenger hunt." And then he's just like, "So you do this for children prizes?" And then Robbie's just like, "It's more about the thrill of discovery." Clive, I thought that was really funny. But besides that, though, there was a pretty clever twist at the beginning in which first they think Liv and Robbie are thinking she's eating FBI brains, but it turns out the guy was just a pathological liar. So that was a pretty funny idea. The big highlight for her pathological liar was her being a pathological liar was when Major came over to her house and Liv didn't want him to know that her boyfriend was there. So just the very long and very detailed story of what was going on was pretty funny. But besides that, though, what else happened? What else happened this week? A lot of them, besides the main thing, I can't really think of anything else. So the major things that happened this week was what went down between Blaine and Major this week. There in the beginning of this episode. Well, first when you see Blaine, his dad Will finally shows up, and it turns out Blaine has been left absolutely nothing, and so Blaine's pissed off already. But then one of his henchmen has actually captured Major and has realized and. They know now that he's the guy who's been taking out all the zombies, and first it's really intense because I was just wondering how is Major gonna get out of this, because Blaine just says like, "Okay, I'm gonna give you an option. You can tell me who gave you those names, and I'll kill you quickly and easily, or you cannot give them their names and in that case I'll turn you into a zombie and bury you in the ground where you suffer for the rest of eternity." Yeah, I'm really wondering how Major is gonna get out of this one. And well, first it just shows how hell-bent Major is to bring down Max Rager, in which he just says, "No, I'm not telling you." And then Blaine's like, "Well, it looks like you're gonna be turned into a zombie," but then I was wondering, well, what is Major gonna do then? And it was actually pretty clever. He just says like, "But look, they know the names of every zombie in the area. Like, if they'll kill them all if I suddenly disappear." So then it's actually really interesting. Blaine and Major end up making an alliance with each other, in which Blaine just is now just gonna hand over the zombies he doesn't want around and thrown in the freezer at the moment, so Major can take him out more easily. So there's all that, but not only that, but Blaine asked if he could have his dad back from the freezer, so there was that, and this led to probably the best moment of the episode. This probably led to the best moment of the entire episode, in which after Major gave Blaine his dad's body bag. He starts to defrost just Blaine. He puts on old man makeup, and then just when his dad starts to come through, Blaine's like, "Papa, after 40 long years of prayers, you finally returned to us." And he's like, "Blaine, how long has it been?" "Oh, Father, you've missed the zombie apocalypse. The apes have uprised. Like, we need to get you out of here because the doctor's coming and winter is also coming." I nearly busted a gut laughing when that happened. That was so funny. But yeah, you learn that Blaine was essentially physically abused by his nanny when he was a kid, and his dad wouldn't do anything no matter how much he asked for help. So I like the fact that they're not trying to make Blaine a hero, or make him come off as a good guy. Like, they still make it very clear he is a disgusting human being, but like, I like how they do give him backstory for why he is the way he is. But this led to a very and basically what happens though is it ends in a very intense moment in which Blaine just says like, "Okay, this is gonna happen. These two are gonna torture you until you're gonna make a new video leaving everything to me." And So there was that. I really like that. That really good week for Blaine this week. But also, though, the main thing that came from Liz's brain, though, is it's the brain of one of the victims someone who killed the person who killed the two victims ended up in the grave, and when he got there, and she finally flashes. So, and then there's just a wonderful moment at the end of the episode when Blaine starts playing Les Miserables, and they start playing One Day More, and just the scene, it was such a funny dark scene. Just saw Major, Liv, and Ravi all walking to where they know the bodies are buried as One Day More is playing out, and just as they dig up the corpse, and then Major actually rips the guy's foot off, and then they just are holding up in triumph, and just as One Day More continues to play, and then there's even like a freeze frame in which it turns into the comic book panel that comes on between commercial breaks, and just saying finish. I thought that was amazing. So that was probably the highlight of the episode. So really excited to see where next week goes now that they have the tainted utopian corpses, and they're really racing against the clock now, because now the other big reveal this week is the first rat they gave the cure to. Not only did it turn back into a zombie, it died also. So yeah, Blaine and Ravi, they're kind of in a Blaine and Major, they're in a bad situation. But yeah, really great episode of iZombie. Really excited for next week's. YouTube, as always, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.